Pouring my milk into my pot. We're going to do a 2-gallon batch of mozzarella cheese. This is raw milk from my cow Avon. Some of you might be familiar with her. If not, you just have to go to my YouTube channel and check out some videos that I have her in. First process is putting your milk in your pot, and we're going to add some citric acid. I've already mixed up my citric acid in some water. I got a cup of water, and I have 3 teaspoons of citric acid. It takes about 1.5 teaspoons for every gallon of milk, so I got 2 gallons, so it's 3 teaspoons or 1 tablespoon. You want to kind of disperse this through the milk evenly, so it gets mixed up well. And I just use an up and down motion. With the spoon, with the cheese spoon, get it mixed in the milk really well. We're going to heat this up on a medium heat up to 90 degrees. And then we're going to add our rennet. And I use a 1/4 teaspoon for every gallon, so I'm going to use a 1/2 teaspoon because I have 2 gallons of milk. So I'm going to get this ready, so when that hits 90 degrees I'll be ready to dump my rennet into the pot.
Yeah, people joining your live now, Bryan.
Welcome everybody. You can see how I make my mozzarella cheese. What I'm doing right here is getting my rennet ready. I already got my 2 gallons of milk in the pot, and I added my citric acid, which is 3 teaspoons of citric acid. I have this dry powdered citric acid, and I add it into some water. And I've already put it in my milk. And I'm heating the milk up to 90 degrees, and that's when we'll add the rennet. And then you heat the milk on up to 105 degrees, which you guys will see that process if you stay long enough. Got a thermometer here. It's at 68. About 68 degrees right now, so we got a ways to go. I don't stir this or anything, I just let it sit before I add my rennet in. I got a heavy bottom stock pot that I use, so that kind of helps it, prevents it from scorching. I got this on a medium heat. Just let it sit until it gets the 90 degree mark. Then I'll be adding my rennet.
We have a few people that said hi. Rubber Ducky 155, the Wickershire Project, Barefoot Chicken. If I mispronounce anything, I apologize.
This is a simple process making mozzarella cheese. Some people use the lemon juice or vinegar method, and that's all you use. You just heat up your milk and dump your vinegar or your lemon juice, but I like using the citric acid and the rennet. I've done it both ways, but
Dima Salem 713 said hi.
hello. It's almost up to 70 degrees. 20 more to go. This is the boring part, just keeping an eye on the temperature until it hits that 90-degree mark, and then we'll add the rennet and shut the heat off. Let it sit for 10 minutes. Then it'll form a curd, and then you have to cut the curd. Let's put it this way, you have to cut the curd if a curd forms.
True, we've had lots of trial and error. Actually, I don't think it was us.
Almost 73 degrees.
The Wickershire project said that they're building a massive trellis system. Have so much to keep off the ground this year.
Yeah. Yeah, we plan on having a big garden this year. I just got my sweet potatoes put in some jars to grow some slips. We end up getting a 3-pound bag of sweet potatoes, which end up being 6 potatoes. We just put them in jars this morning and getting slips to grow. Plan on doing a lot of canning this year if our garden does well. My sister done a lot of canning last year. She made spaghetti sauce and canned tomatoes and pickles and everything, so I'm going to try growing a big garden so we can grow a lot of our food. We grew some in the last several years, but I want to go a lot bigger this year. You should turn your phone on, Mom. Go to my live, watch my live.
I thought about that.
Even though my mom's just sitting right over here, combing her dog out. We're at my mom's house. She's been busy. We're putting mine and her eggs together from our chickens. We're going to get into the hatching business. Because eggs or not eggs, but chickens are ridiculously priced at the store. They're $5 or more a piece just for baby chicks. A friend of mine, Nick Knox, he's been hatching chicks, him and his kids, and they've been selling them for $2 a piece. So my mom and I, well, my wife's gonna help too. We're all gonna get in on the action and hatch chicks out and try and sell them.
RG Arizona Homestead said good afternoon, and Ben's Over Acres. Howdy, folks.
We're up to 78 degrees.
Wickershire project's got some more chicks, 2 Blue Supreme and 3 Bar Rocks.
Yeah, I was gonna buy some more chicks, and I seen the price of them, and I thought, if I want more chicks, I'll just hatch them out. So we're gonna go that route. We're gonna be selling some, so. My mom's been converting her sewing room over to a hatching room again. She done that last year. And over the winter, it's kind of a catch-all. So now she's in there, been cleaning out the last couple days, and getting ready to set up her 2 incubators. And we've been collecting her eggs, and we're going to get them set here in a day or 2. We'll hit 80 degrees, 10 more degrees. Then I can put my rennet in. It's shadowed, you can't see
That's
the
all right.
temperature.
No change in anything yet. Till you add your rennet.
You have a lid for this pot, Mom?
Yes. Should be in that same cupboard.
I'll have to get that because I'll cover it up while it sits for 10 minutes.
Ooh.
I'll be right back.
On one of them Skittles.
You are sure correct. Growing the garden benefits everybody when you
Look at one of them red
reap,
Skittles.
you know. Makes a lot of sense to do it if you can. Meaning able, but then also can your veggies too.
What's that?
The growing garden's fun and it has benefits at the end of the season.
Oh,
I said,
yeah.
oh yeah, as long as you are able.
$83. I like your little thermometer here, Mom.
Do you?
Yeah.
I'll love that thing.
I've seen quite a few people have them just like this. I need to get on Amazon and get one, but that digital one I had, it seemed like a nice one. We got it. I've used it a few times as a smoker. It has that cable.
Yeah,
Check the temperature of the meat, and you just put it right in the meat and have the cable coming out,
right.
hook into it, but I've used it a couple times. I don't think it's accurate anymore or something. And I've hardly ever used it.
Old stuff, baby. Mom gave you a treat.
Yeah, we've made mozzarella cheese several times. I just made some actually the night before. Well, it was in the morning, about 3 o'clock in the morning I got done and went to bed, but I made almost a 3-pound block of cheese because about a month ago I went and got my ice checked and got talking to the gal that when I picked out new glasses, the young gal there, we got talking. She found out I had a YouTube channel on cows. Well, she was from
El Salvador.
El Salvador, yes. And she's been here like 20 years now. She moved when she was 7. But she says she remembers when she was in El Salvador, her dad worked with her grandpa helping him farm, and they had milk cows. And she remembered wanting to milk the cows, and so her grandpa would let her milk a cow. And right after that is when they moved to the United States, and she misses that. She wished she could milk a cow. And I told her I make cheese and cottage cheese and butter and stuff, and I end up taking some fresh butter and cheese to the eye doctor. He always likes it every year when I come in and get my eyes checked, because he always asks me what I've been up to, and I always have a good story for him. And he knows I have a YouTube channel. He always asks what's going on there. So I took him butter and cheese. Well, then when I was talking to that girl, she says, oh, she should have brought enough cheese for everyone. Well, I told her I'd make her some, so I did. And we took it to her yesterday morning. She happened to be out to lunch when we got there, so I didn't get to talk to her, but I left it with the gal that was at the front desk. She said she'd make sure she got it. We're at 90.9. It was 89 point something. Flickering back and forth, 89.8.
Yeah, when I first did. Picture too.
There's 90.
RG Arizona Homestead says the season started earlier than usual for them there in Arizona, so.
Yeah. Okay, now I'm going to put in this rennet. This is rennet diluted down in water, half teaspoon for each gallon. I got 2 gallons. And you want to do an up and down motion to get that mixed in the milk really well. You see chunks of milk that's already curd from when I put the citric acid in. You don't want to mix this too much, maybe 30 seconds or so. Just make sure it's mixed good. Then I'm going to shut the heat off, cover it up, and let it sit for about 10 minutes. And then we'll check and see if it made a curd or not. It's always possible that it won't make a curd, but we've had that happen. Sometimes it's stringy, but it still ends up making mozzarella cheese for us and tastes good, but it's just really stringy. I like it when it sets up a nice curd. Then you cut it, then you turn the heat back on, heat it up to 105 degrees, and stir it slowly, stir the curds around.
RG Arizona stated when they milked the cow for the first time, it did not go well. It was 50 years ago when they're in the military.
Mm.
Our treasurer of home says, hello everyone, and Bryan. And Misha Lee, what a surprise.
Yeah, I've been having a few people wanting me to do a video on
Hi, Misha Lee.
how to make mozzarella cheese and actually do a video on it. So I talked to my wife and I said, let's go over to Mom's and make Mom some cheese, and I said, we'll just do it live. But I'll actually record, I'll do it, I'll set up my GoPro with the tripod and record making it and give all the instructions or steps of doing it. But because if you're just getting on here, you missed it. This ain't the right lid for this pot, Mom, but it's working.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
There's one in here somewhere.
It's working. It don't fit down in the lip of the pot.
Oh.
I didn't even look at
And
the
then
clock.
we did bring some extra milk over, so your mom
Yeah,
can
I
make some
got
cottage cheese.
I have some jars of milk sitting here. It's good milk, but we're going to let it sit out and clabber. And then my mom's going to make cottage cheese. Maybe I'll come over and do a video on that in a couple days once this milk clabbers. She made some the other day. I brought her some clabbered milk, and she made cottage cheese, and I think it's gone, ain't it? Do you have a little bit?
Just a little bit left.
Just a little bit left. She's been savoring it. I told her, just heat the stuff up. I'll give her more milk to make some more cottage cheese. She is raised on that stuff, so she...
Our treasured home says, hi, Mom. To you, Grandma.
Hi.
She says hi back.
She says she don't want to be on camera. But...
Nope, so I can't put her on. Sorry, guys, next time.
You can, just don't tell her. That's what I do. I just flash the camera over at her. We got it. Another 7 minutes.
I don't like it either, so I get where the moms are coming from. I don't know where he went, but
I'm right here.
we're gonna go zoom.
I'm just gonna rinse these jars out. The worst part about cooking is cleaning. I don't like cleaning.
He doesn't. He's a very messy cook.
I'm a good cook, but I'm messy.
He leaves that area of expertise to me, I guess.
More jar. Need a bigger kitchen, Mom.
I know.
Like to build an outdoor kitchen. That way you just take the garden hose or power washer and spray everything off and you're done. Make it simple.
Misha Lee and her husband are opposite roles. She cooks, he cleans the dishes. Which I think is good. He should cook and clean. How about that?
I clean. I do dishes. I cook. We take our turns.
Our treasured home. I cook and clean up after everyone. Oh, yep.
Dad won't let you in the bedroom?
Here you go, Bryan. I'm going to put Lulu. She wants to go to night-night.
Come.
Elle went to lay down and take a nap. Come on, Lulu.
Got about another, say, 5-6 minutes. I'll check the curd in this and hopefully it sets up. I've had it where it don't. Then you just call it a flop. Or call it pig slop. That's where it goes to the pigs. So we'll see. Hopefully it sets up like it should. You done holding the camera, Heidi?
I'll come back when you're ready for me.
Here's some.
Tell them about the candy that Al bought.
What about it?
That's really interesting. There's chocolate lava cups.
Oh, the Reese's Pieces.
Yeah, Reese's have 3 different flavors in this bag. Caramel cup, a chocolate lava cup, and just a normal peanut butter cup.
He has a sweet tooth, so do I.
We brag on to do chores.
I don't know. Hopefully it's setting up, Heidi.
I hope so too.
We'll find out. I told Heidi when we come over here to Mom's, so we make cheese, hopefully it turns out, because we're going to go live. So wouldn't that be something if it didn't turn out? And it's happened to us before. You know, 90 degrees ain't that warm.
No, it isn't, is it?
Mm-mm.
You'll have to try out those Reese's, the Wickershire project. I couldn't tell there was caramel in there, but my mother-in-law said she could. But regardless, it's Reese's, you can't go wrong.
No, that's not even that body temperature.
No, I know it. You could probably take milk and just wrap yourself around it then and sit a while and get it up to the 90 degrees.
Probably.
If you guys want to make some mozzarella cheese, just take a jar of fresh milk and wrap your body around it, because your body temperature is higher than 90 degrees. Once it hits that 90 degrees, you can save you from turning on the stove. Might take a while to reach 90 degrees, but it'd probably work. I've seen crazier things. That's a good idea, Mom, using your body.
Yeah.
Another 2 minutes. I'll check it.
Just curious, guys, what's your temperature's been like where you're at? We've been fluctuating so much. What was it? Last week we had a
93 degrees.
93 degree temp when we had a blizzard 4 days before. It was crazy. The wife's gonna question why I went to bed with 6 gallons of whole milk under the covers.
Yeah.
70 to 80 degrees. The Wickershire project.
He said that?
Yeah, he did. 70 to 80, and it's been like that consistently, so that's good. Oh, Miss Shelley's like us. Nice and cool today, about 54 after 2 days in the 90s.
Yeah, it's 50 here today. Supposed to reach 50. It's windy, so it feels cold.
Why everybody gets sick.
Yeah. Everyone's fighting colds and such. Nights are cool, 60 to
You
65.
got a knife, Mom? A long night?
Right here next to the stove. Right along the left-hand side.
I guess this one's You're in the light, Heidi.
I'm sorry. We want to see too.
Oh yeah, that's clabbering. Come over here, hold the camera over. Oh no, get over here, to the right. Let me take the phone. I don't know if you can see this, but take the knife and you can kind of pull it away from the edge of the pot. See how that's pulling away? So that means it's clabbered. Here, Heidi, you can hold the camera again. I'm going to cut this. Now I'm going to cut the curd. Almost consistency like yogurt or something. The lighting ain't very good here in my mom's kitchen, but
Only one roll's working.
everybody does this different on YouTube, but one gal says she cuts it in like 1-inch squares. Some people say they cut it in half-inch squares or whatever. To be
Bryan the
honest,
surgeon.
to be honest with you, they'll cut it like that, crisscross pattern like I did, and then they'll say cut it at an angle. Well, you could take your spoon and just stick it in there and start stirring the stuff and it'd be just fine. All you're doing is trying to break up that curd, but now I'm going to turn the heat back on and heat it up to 105 degrees.
Hi. Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to stir this slowly.
When you, how'd you do it then, no? You did? All by yourself?
Shut off.
Just as long as you're not cutting the cheese.
Like him.
Sorry, I had to. Misha Lee said that.
Yeah.
Oh, you got
So I heated up to 90 degrees and I didn't take it off the burner, so the burner is an electric stove, so it's still holding heat. It's at 96.1 degrees right now.
Yes, we do dump the whey out normally to the pigs. We did save some when he made cheese for the gal at the eye doctor
Come here.
place because we're going to make some caramel out of that. I've never heard of it.
You said you wouldn't go to Blackbird.
It's called whey caramel. See this? See the curds? See how you can tell it's been cut,
I know.
like in big square cubes.
What do you,
So we're just going to stir this around.
what do you?
Some people stir it around and break them up in smaller pieces. They say you can cut them, put your knife in there and angle and cut them. They break up when you stir it anyhow, so it really don't matter. You're just going to ladle this stuff out once it reaches 105 degrees, and you're going to drain off as much whey as you can. And then what we do, some people use a pot of hot water, get it to 160 degrees, and once they get all the whey squeezed out, they'll dump that cheese or the curd back in that pot of 160 degree water, and then take it out and then start stretching it. We use the microwave method. We just stick it in a glass bowl or container and stick it in the microwave and heat it up for a minute the first time, and we start squeezing it, stretching it, and getting the rest of the whey out. And then put it back in the microwave for 30 seconds each time after that, for about 3 or 4 times, and add salt. And then you end up putting the cheese in a mold
I hear ya.
and let it sit. It firms up.
Well, have fun and good luck if you go tonight.
You'll see that process here in just a bit.
Yeah.
Once I ladle this out.
What are you putting on?
Yeah, we're going to try and make some whey caramel.
Yeah, right.
Saved a gallon of whey from the cheese I made just the other night.
Putting down.
And saved a gallon of it, but I watched a lady make it,
Yeah.
and she takes a gallon of whey and she heats it up on a medium to medium-high heat and keeps stirring it until it's down to
That's what I wanted.
1 quart. So it evaporates 3/4 of it away.
Awesome.
And then that's when she adds the sugar,
What?
the caramel, or the sugar, the vanilla,
You do good.
and I think that was it that she put in, just sugar and vanilla. And then the whey itself, and just keep stirring it until it's the thickness or the consistency she wants it, and shuts the heat off and pours it into
Yeah, I think so.
another container.
I do feel better. I don't feel 100%, but I feel better.
almost
I do.
101 was. I think you want to stir the curds now so it don't scorch or stick to the bottom of the pan. Not that it's. And otherwise the curds
Yeah,
float to the bottom of the pan, and then you ain't getting accurate
Why
temperature.
doesn't she do it? She's such a pro.
So if you keep moving it so the heat gets up in the way that's on top, you can tell that it's the proper temperature. It's 103.8 right now.
Yeah,
So a couple more degrees and
I hear you.
we'll ladle out this curd. Look at that. That's your mozzarella cheese.
I love you. Have fun.
We're at 104 degrees right now.
Yeah, right.
One more degree and we'll now half a degree.
Fine.
We'll ladle this out and stretch it. Add salt.
Good luck. Yep.
Put it in our plastic container we use as a mold. There it is, 105. Okay, I'm going to shut this off. We'll ladle out the curd and start stretching. You got a big glass bowl, Mom? Well, they'll fit in the microwave.
In that far cupboard, there's pantry.
Oh, the pantry?
In the top right corner, I think, where my glass bowl is.
He's looking for a bowl, y'all. No, matter of fact, no, he does not use the cheesecloth squeeze and a cheese press for the mozzarella. We did buy a
This big enough.
press though for when we get a little more,
To make cheddar and hard cheeses.
we get a little more knowledgeable in the cheese processing itself. We can move on up to aging cheese.
So far, so good. I was afraid I'd do this live making this cheese and it'd be a big flop. How embarrassing would that be, huh?
Well, you just have to try again.
You give me an excuse to do another live, right? Yeah, I don't use the cheesecloth. That's just an extra step and more mess to deal with. Some people put this in a cheesecloth and drain it all. There's always a meaning to my madness. And as you can see, there's whey building up in this bowl because all of it hasn't come out of this curd, but my mom's sitting over here getting excited because she loves this mozzarella cheese.
Yes, we do add salt, but that's later.
We add the salt when we do the stretching.
We forgot on one batch, and you could tell. Yeah, you can. You can tell when we forgot the salt in that one batch.
Gotta have salt for flavor.
Oh, really?
It happened to be a batch that we had added some seasoning to. It was real similar to like Italian seasonings, but it was saltless. And I thought, oh, we won't be able to tell anyway. But you could.
This bowl's getting heavy. You want to try some cheese, Heidi?
Nope, not yet.
You could eat this stuff right out of the pod. It just don't have no salt in it. And it's still good.
Carlisle Sales 8223 said hi.
Hi.
He's concentrating on y'all.
Trying to get it. There's a lot of pieces that are floating around.
Hmm.
Trying to get them all out.
Oh, from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. You're new. Well, welcome, welcome. Matter of fact, everyone is always welcome.
Ooh.
Oh, he lost it. Go fish. He's making homemade mozzarella cheese, for those of you who are just joining. So right now he's taking the curd out of the way.
There's a big chunk in here, but I can't. It keeps getting away from me.
Hi, Lynn. Hey, we have breakfast Sunday, right? And then we have potluck that day?
I think I got it all. Or most of it.
Okay.
Oh, nope, there's the big chunk that I kept seeing.
All right.
Now I think I got it all. At least the worst of it. Slide this pot out. Got a microwave right above the range.
Our bowl that we use at home has a spout on it, so
And a handle.
and a handle, so it makes it a little easier. But his mom wanted to see how this was done also, so we're doing it over here. Should have brought everything.
Should have brought our own utensils.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, we brought most that we thought of.
Yeah, it is. Oh, they do. Yep. Oh. There it is. That's spoiled rotten. Oh, yeah. They brought it over on the dog kennel when they first got it. Yeah.
We'll call that good, I
Yeah,
think.
that's good. Yeah.
Now what we'll do is throw it in the microwave,
Yeah.
nuke it on high for 1 minute, and then we'll start the stretching and adding the salt.
I believe this can be done without a microwave. Barefoot Chicken says that they don't have one, so can they do it?
Yes, you put a pot of water on, heat it up to 160 degrees, and at this point, that's when you would take your curd, like I have in this bowl, pick it up, you'd want rubber gloves, pick it up, squeeze as much whey out of it as you can, because there's still some whey in there, and then you put it in your pot of water, and start working it and pulling out and stretching it then. And then when it starts getting stiff where it won't stretch much more, you put it back in that pot of water again. And do that process 2 or 3 times.
I'll do them this weekend.
And do that 2 or 3 times, and that's when you add your salt and stretch the cheese. You'll see us stretching it and adding the salt, but you just dip it in the hot pot of water rather than microwave. Same concept though.
Hit the number 1 at the express cook
No.
button.
30 seconds.
Oh, you said a minute, so.
Well,
Wow, that's true too. True too. Awesome, thank you, Barefoot Chicken said. The Wickershire Project said your cheese kind of looked like a brain there.
Yeah.
I was listening to video and I feel better.
We're gonna let him move over to the other side of the kitchen here so that he can make a mess in the sink, I hope.
Gloves on.
Mm-hmm.
Try to. I gotta put these girls' gloves on. They're too small for my hands. They're kitchen gloves. I don't know. The manufacturers must think men don't belong in a kitchen, but that's why they make them women's size, not men's size.
Now, I've done the stretching for him a lot of the times, but I don't want to be on camera. So, he's got to do this himself. He's got to suck it up, Buttercup.
Citric acid and rennet.
Don't lie, Brian. You love the color. Yeah, it looks good on him. Brings out the blue in his eyes, doesn't it? Your glasses are dirty, Brian.
Okay. As you can see, there's some whey still in there. Which I'm going to drain some of it off. Go down the drain with it. Okay, at this time you can...
I don't trust him initially. I know he could focus on my hands, but he wouldn't. He'd just real quick, because he told me to do that to his mother earlier, and I didn't.
I'm just working it around in the bowl right now. Look at all this whey that's coming out. I'll just drain it off.
The pink gloves or should be your YouTube thumbnail.
It's nice and soft. This is the stretching part. You go like this and stretch it. A lot of whey in this yet.
And of course, to make string cheese out of this, you just keep stretching and folding in the same direction.
Okay, I'm going to put this back in the microwave. We'll heat it up for another 30 seconds. When everybody talks about cheese salt, I just use regular canning pickling salt.
True.
It works just fine. Salt, as far as I'm concerned. Some people might argue that there's differences in them, but there's iodized and non-iodized salt, but I just use the pickling salt. See how soft and stretchy that is now?
Kind of like taffy.
It's kind of grainy here. Well, you just want to see how it's grainy looking? You just want to keep stretching that and folding that until it gets a smooth consistency. And stretching it and folding it. Working it like this. And put it back in, heating it back up. If you don't have a microwave, you just put it in a pot of hot water. Like I said, you heat a pot of water up to 160 degrees.
Right.
Just keep getting that whey worked out of it.
Oh. Oh well. Okay.
See how it's getting tough? Not wanting to stretch.
We'll survive. We did last week.
Pink Himalayan salt. You can make the cheese pink to match your gloves.
True. Yeah, that's true.
True story.
Huh.
We do have some
That's
pink
true.
Himalayan salt at home.
All right, love you.
Microwave again.
All right, bye-bye.
Need to get salt put in, measured out. Got a little container.
What do you think?
I need to measure out some salt.
I have you a little dish here.
When we first made this, we don't remember how much salt we were putting in there. I think it was like a teaspoon and a half per pound of cheese, roughly. I'm just gonna guess.
Right. Each gallon of milk yields about a pound.
Well, 12 ounces to 12, 13 ounces maybe, yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't equal the same because, of course, the way.
A lot of it depends on your butter fat, how much butter fat's in your milk, you know. Can vary.
Did you and Dad get up already? Did you?
That ought to do. I'm just going to put a little bit of the salt on this cheese. I'll start stretching it, holding it.
Kind of incorporate the salt too.
Yeah. See how it stretches now?
Look at that. What do you think, Mary?
Yeah, and to make string cheese, you keep stretching it like that. And then you fold it. You keep your cheese going the same direction. And if I was to take this right now and just cut a chunk out like that and let it sit for a little bit, you'd be able to strip that cheese apart like string cheese you buy at the store. That's how they do it. Just keep your final time you heat it up, you go and stretch it really long, and then you cut it in little pieces. Let's sprinkle a little more salt on here. I'm going to heat it up again.
Well, thank you. I think Bryan will appreciate that as well. This is the coolest thing they've seen in Alive in 5 years.
Well, thank you.
That's from the Wickershire project.
Okay, just kind of mixing this around. I don't care about the grains of the cheese going the same direction. This will just be put in a block and end up being grated and use it for put on
Lasagna.
pizzas or lasagna. Or any of that
Which
kind of
we've
stuff.
done, and now that we've made cottage cheese, the next time we make lasagna is going to have both the cottage cheese and the mozzarella cheese in it.
Homemade, yeah.
Yep, the homemade. Along with the Italian sausage from our own homegrown pig and etc. So it'll be yummy.
I'll do it live maybe here in a few days on homemade cottage cheese, because I got this milk sitting here to clabber that we brought over, and we'll make some homemade cottage cheese live. It's pretty simple. I'm going to sprinkle the last bit of salt here in this cheese and get it incorporated good, and then we'll do the stretching. I'll probably heat it up one more time. Just warm it up a little bit after I stretch it here and put it in our plastic container.
We just put them in a plastic container that we already have, and
use it as our cheese mold.
exactly.
It's just going to be a big block of cheese. Kind of a big square one.
Yes, we have one milk cow at home. She's Jersey. Avon's her name. She gets milked twice daily and produces approximately 5 gallons of milk a day. We do have people who enjoy having some of the Avon milk and cream, so we share. But then we still have an abundance, so we've been making our own butter, freezing that up, having some in the freezer for when she gets dried up in between her pregnancies, I guess. That's the way to put that. And then mozzarella cheese, and then cottage cheese. And then, of course, we're going to learn how to make cheddar cheese and stuff. It just so happens that mozzarella is the easiest cheese to make.
Got the containers for our cheese?
I do. It's... Oops, sorry, y'all.
Here's our cheese mold. Just a simple plastic container.
Dime a dozen. We got that from IKEA, I believe. Whole bunch of them, you know, different sizes, but it works.
We have another container we picked up at Dollar Tree. It's a long rectangular one. It makes more like a shape like a Velveeta cheese or something.
No, we don't have a bowl on our property. However, we're working on that. And the amount of times Bryan stretches the cheese, it varies every time we make it. It's not a complete science where you have to do it such and such amount of time.
I think I'm going to do it one more time. And then I'm going to drop it in the cheese mold. That way it's nice and soft and it kind of levels itself out.
When we acquired Avon, she was fresh already. And then we borrowed a bull. And she had her calf in August 2025 there. So Fuller is her baby. We have him yet, but he's not going to be used to breed his mom, so.
Way in this container. Okay, now I'm just going to put the cheese right in the mold.
He likes to press on and get like air pockets out.
Not that
Otherwise you'll have a hole in your cheese though.
Not that it matters, it's just going to get ground up.
Shredded cheese.
That's it. That's all she wrote.
Yeah, thanks everyone for joining us and learning something hopefully today. I'll let Bryan sign off here.
Well, thank you everyone for joining me. And if you want to watch us make some homemade cottage cheese here in probably, I don't know, 2 or 3 days. What is today? Friday? Probably Monday. Maybe Monday or Tuesday, but I'll shoot for Monday as long as that's clabbered good. We'll make some cottage cheese. I'm gonna let you all go, and I'll see y'all later. And don't forget I love you. Bye. Let's get the end live.
Have a great weekend.
Hit that X.